Your next project is to create an abstract composition using pen and ink and our different techniques to show a range of values. Here's an example of what your project will look like in your portfolio page. It is very important that remember that these pieces have a 1-inch margin on them. It will help make our portfolio look a little bit more formal. Here are some examples of past projects that used a different size template of paper, but still kind of going along the same method of showing a range of values with our techniques. So you are going to use your general pen and ink techniques that we've been talking about, hatching, cross-hatching, scumbling, and or stippling, to create an abstract composition that gives the illusion of a 3D space using a variety of values. Our learning targets are that we are going to continue developing our value techniques to be able to use them in artworks later on in the semester, organizing and developing your ideas, so coming up with thumbnails for the design of your abstract project, and continuing to refine and understand how we're using our materials in this new way for this assignment, as we haven't done anything formal with pen and ink beyond our contour lines, and then using the pieces as something that we can create a reflection for during a critique later. So here's some simple directions on how to succeed with this project. So the first thing you're going to do is come up with your thumbnail design. So in your sketchbook, you are going to create 4 thumbnail designs to explore what your abstract composition is going to look like. So the simplest way to do this is just go to a new sketchbook page, split your piece of paper into fourths, and have 4 little rectangles that you can use as your composition. When you find these slides on Google Classroom, these are live links that you can go to. They're just very basic directions on how to make 3 of the designs if you want something that looks similar to those, but you can also come up with your own design completely. Then you're going to choose your favorite thumbnail of your 4 designs to practice adding your values with pen and ink on top of. All your other thumbnails will be done in pencil. In this one, you're going to start incorporating your different values so that you know what you're doing when it comes time to the portfolio page. Then we're just going to go straight to the final draft. There's no need to have a rough draft because these are super abstract. So you are going to create a 1-inch margin on your 9 by 12-inch piece of paper. Trust me, you want this margin because it's going to bring your surface area of what you need to have value into 7 by 10. So this is on a hole punch portfolio page. Then you're going to lightly draw the outline of your composition with the different shapes and everything else that you want to add in pencil so that it fills the whole composition. So if you look at the original sample that I showed, you can tell that the composition continues off of the margin, and it's almost like I just took a quick snapshot of what the composition looks like. I don't want my pieces to just be hovering in the center with an outline that's like 3 inches away from it. When it comes to showing a bunch of different values, it is going to be very important that you don't forget about what a focal point is and how you can emphasize your design through the use of them. After your piece is drawn, you're going to want to decide which techniques you are using. I would like you to use at least 2 of these pen and ink techniques to show at least 5 different values throughout your piece. In terms of when I think this project should be done by, next Wednesday should be plenty of time. You'll have in-class time and asynchronous time to work on this, and it'll be a total of 4 working days, so it should be plenty for you to fill in these pieces. So make sure you have your project turned in digitally by that due date, and we will have our first critique during our Google Meet session on the 7th. You can take a closer look at the rubric on the Google Slides that are posted on Classroom.